Welcome to the United Racing Network. My name is Andrew Spears, and joining me tonight here at Charlotte Motor Speedway is Rob McDonald. Tonight, we are throwing it back to 1965 for this Charlotte race. You're going to see a bunch of different year-themed cars tonight, and I've already got some of my favorites picked out. Rob, what about you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've been seeing them. They've been submitting them, and tonight's going to be the fans that are going to choose the winner for the throwback competition. So I'm excited to see who takes that home tonight.
Yeah, we do have a tight battle right now on Instagram for that vote, but it's down to 4 drivers. Those 4 drivers are, drum roll please, can we get one? It's going to be Andrew Jamelin, Armin Brusso, Calvin the Fish Ross, and Jason Batsey. Those are the 4 that are here tonight. They're all 4 on track, and we are ready to get started with this race. Now, Rob, I'm going to take us here to the booth for a second. Just seeing everything that's on track tonight, what do you believe is, what are you looking for tonight in this race?
Well, I'm looking for some fast-paced action. I mean, this track is fast. I mean, just looking at the speeds, we're getting 190, 193, 187. So these guys are going to be fast out here tonight, and you're going to see a lot of battling, and especially with the points. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a show and a half, that's for sure.
Yeah, and with Alex Witt winning last week at Bristol, do you think he's going to be able to come in here and win this race in a superior fashion like he did last week at Bristol Dirt?
See, it's hard to say. I mean, we looked when we were at Bristol Dirt, and Alex Witt is a dirt racer, but he's also a fantastic oval racer. So, yes. I mean, it's hard to say. You know, when we look at it, we look at each and every week. We got, it's normally Alex Witt, Daniel Mitchell, and I mean, those 2 really are always near the front. So I know they're going to be battling hard because they're fairly close in points. So I don't know. It's really hard to say if he's going to be able to, walk away with it today, because just looking at it, he's currently sitting 7th in practice. I know practice doesn't say much, but, we're used to seeing him, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Not 7th.
Yeah, and he just might be getting a feel for this track. I will tell you, Charlotte is a very tough track to get into and actually be consistent just because of the way them corners are. When you're coming out of turn 4, there's actually a little bit of a hill, a little bit of a dip that gets a lot of these cars upset. It gets IndyCar upset when we bring IndyCar here for iRacing. They also, it's doing the same thing to these next-gen cars, and you're going to see a lot of people tonight running this high line that I've been seeing all night long. And actually going here, Daniel Mitchell is running that line. And, I'm going to be curious to see how that high line is able to do him all night long. Now, obviously, he's putting in some good lap times, but Jason Batsey and him currently hold the same lap time according to my live timing with a 30.22. So, we'll see how he's able to perform tonight with that. And these guys are going to be battling out all night long, trying to get something going. So I'm really curious to see what happens as you see Kevin Coleman. They're getting loose coming off of 2. Kevin Coleman is not throwing in a throwback. He is doing his Wawa 00 tradition. But let's go through and take a look at some of these throwbacks. So Daniel Mitchell, it doesn't look to be running one. Jason Batsey is actually running a nice paint scheme tonight. He's running the throwback to Dale Earnhardt Jr. Dale Earnhardt Jr. just raced this in the North Wilkesboro throwback that they had with the super late models. So that's a pretty cool little thing there. Cody Kern is running another Dale Earnhardt, I think it's senior throwback with the colors and stuff. So I'm really enjoying that. Sawyer Guerra, unfortunately, he got taken out of the competition, but he's running his Pepto-Bismol car that he made. Noel Hanna is on track right now with another custom throwback style paint scheme, running the throwback number and and some things with the same advertisements that he's had, but I'm loving those colors. The way that he done that car, the spec mapping on that is absolutely killer. I love it.
Yeah, it is.
Alex Witt is running a throwback to the Kodak Max film. You can't even find that stuff anymore.
No, if you do, it's like $100.
And it's a rarity at that. But he's gonna be running that car tonight. Anthony Rattle is running a Valvoline. Now, what's so big about the Valvoline car is there's a lot of people that have raced this car that are like big names in NASCAR. Buddy Baker, Kelly Yarbrough, Mark Martin, just to name a few. So he's definitely got to live up to that sponsor right there for sure. Justin Johnson, it looks like he's not really racing a throwback from what I can tell. Christian Strader's running a good throwback tonight, honoring McDonald's.
It's McDonald's.
McDonald's.
There's no A in there. McDonald's, all right? I will fight you to the death for that.
Yeah, I can tell. Mr. Ethan Scott, that could be considered a throwback just because of the walk car, and that paint scheme goes back for many generations of NASCAR. And I'm going to save him to the last, but I'm not going to show him right now because I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to skip him and go to Andrew Jamelin. Andrew Jamelin, who doesn't love Herbie the Love Bug? I love Herbie the Love Bug. I love the movies. They were awesome. Get a look at that car. I love it. That's my favorite one of the night right there.
All right.
Brock Wright is throwing it all the way back to 2001 with Windows XP. Loving it. Loving it. Windows XP, everybody. There it is. Dun, 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 dun.
And demonetized.
That's right. Armin Brusso is running a good-looking scheme tonight with the John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer, as he's saying. Hopefully he can take that all the way to the front. Ken Knight's right there sitting in front of him is running that. Oh, he just took it off track. It was a High Life car. It was a Miller High Life car.
He's still on track.
Is he?
Yeah, just change your camera.
There it is. Andrew Amuquist is on track. He is running the Zyrtec. Is that Zurex?
Zurex, yeah.
I don't even know what Zurex is. That's a throwback for sure.
Really? You don't know what Zurex is?
I don't. Enlighten me, Rob.
Think printers.
Oh. Yeah, I do know what it is. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's a throwback if I've ever seen one.
It hasn't been a thing for many, many years, but...
On the Misery TV, could have swore I put an Eminem throwback scheme on. We will take a look at that and see if we can figure out who Misery TV is, and I'll go back and look. It may be on our side. Alex Martin's running a throwback. I love the way this car looks because a lot of the cars back in the day actually put their horsepower on top of the hood like that. So I think that's a pretty neat thing to see tonight. And just it's simple. It looks good, you know.
Yep.
Blake Lewis sending it through the infield there, driving the Havoline car, not Valvoline, but the Havoline.
Oh right, yes, Xerox is coolant. Xerox is copiers. That's right.
And Chief Blaze throwing it back to another Dale Jr. scheme of the Budweiser car. Budweiser beer. And I just, there's a lot of history of Budweiser with commercials. Like the big commercial they had with 2001 when 9/11 happened. It's just, it'll break your heart, and it's awesome. Dale Jr. won many races with this paint scheme, so maybe Chief Blaze can be sitting up front. And the final one is Greg Sherman.
No, not the final one.
The final
so go one more.
Well, the final one before we know who's going to win tonight. I mean,
yeah.
But it's DuPont, 24 DuPont. Jeff Gordon raced that car for many, many years before they moved over and moved their sponsor over to what is that? I can't say the word, but it's the Altex car. But they kept the same paint scheme, same number and everything. All right, guys. Here is Calvin the Fish Ross racing the Killer Brownies number 20 car. And he actually changed it up a little bit. What I can see from what maybe it hasn't been changed, but what I'm seeing tonight that's his. Looks good. I think is that Nemo on the front of that? That can't be Nemo. Oh no,
sure.
It's Calvin's face with a fish body.
All right.
We're going to ad break after that. We'll be back in a minute. All right, I've collected myself. I've laughed my ass off. That is Calvin's face on the front of Nemo. Freaking awesome. I love it.
Yep.
Let's watch him do his outlap here.
Thought you said you contained yourself, or
I'm coughing my head off. Hang on.
oh, okay. Okay, is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm battling this weird summer to fall, weird chest congestion.
Yep. I feel you. I dealt with that last week, so I'm still getting over it.
Yeah. Well, we're going to throw the tower up here so we can see what these guys' lap times are going to be. So, and with that, we are also going to throw up the points for this week. Points for the championship is getting a little spicy. So, Alex Witt is in that first position with 166 points. Daniel Mitchell is right behind him with 141 points. Noel Hanna is in striking position with 125 points. And everybody else is still pretty close, but the top three have pretty much locked themselves in right now. But there still is a good chance that either one of them two guys could have a bad race and take that front position from Alex. So, because getting to halfway through the season, it's going to be interesting to see where we are in the next, 2 or 3 races. Jason Batsey is putting down a fast time right now with a 30.34. He is our leader right now. He will set pole as he takes it down pit road. Don't get that penalty because you'll lose that spot. Alex Witt is right behind him, running in that second, or has that second position as of right now. Does Kodiak still make cameras?
Yeah.
Or did they move into Nikon?
I think Kodiak still makes cameras. Hold on.
That's a fact. Because I really don't know. And let's see if Herbie the Love Bug can throw some magic out of that car and jump over the finish line. Or
and by the way, it's not Kodiak, it's Kodak.
Kodiak. You know what? It is what it is.
But they still make cameras. Yes, they do.
I bet they're expensive because I don't see them in Best Buy.
Well, they seem to have made a lot of the the old Polaroids.
Yes.
And that they've kind of moved them into the modern era.
Big accident by the number 65 of Andrew Jamelin coming off of turn 2. A lot of damage. They're definitely got to get the backup car off that. Let's take a look at that. Coming off of turn 2, he grabs that wall there. And it just shoots him straight for the inside wall. And he broke his front tire for sure, front left tire. His back tire's not even touching the ground.
Oof. That's rough.
Yeah, he'll have to grab the backup car, and hopefully he don't get a penalty for that. Looks like Jason Batsey's headed back on track now. He does have his laps complete, so this is going to be more of a extra practice as of right now.
So what are we looking at for track temperature and stuff like that?
So track temperature
before we get racing.
Yeah, track temperature tonight. I forgot about that. I forgot all about it. Track temperature tonight is sitting at a cool, crispy 79 degrees. Air temperature 77 degrees with a humidity of 57%. This track's almost a mile and a half. It's right under it at 1.45 miles. And this race is going to be really interesting. It's going to take these tires a little bit to warm up.
For sure. These guys are going to be loose for the first little bit until they can get some heat in these tires.
Yeah, so these guys, hopefully they'll get spaced out enough so we don't have to worry about any accidents early on, but we will have to see where these guys sit. Let's take a look at our starting grid. In that first position, it belongs to Sawyer Guerra in that number 54 car. Let me get here to this. Why are we not working? Okay. Jason Batsey sits in that second position. Alex Witt takes home third, are going to be sitting in that third position. Fourth belongs to Noah Hanna. Fifth is Cody Kern. Sixth goes to Daniel Mitchell. Seventh is Alex Martin. Andrew Jamelin takes that eighth position for his grid tonight. Ninth belongs to Mr. Ethan Scott. 10th is Christian Schrader. 11th, Calvin the Fish Ross. And number 12th is Rod Sizemore.
At 13th, we got Oscar Henson. 14th, Armin Brusso. Andrew Almquist is 15th. Brock Reich in 16th. Ken Knight's 17th. Kevin Coleman is in that 18th position. 19th, we got Anthony Rattle. 20th, Blake Lewis. 21st, Chief Blaze. 22nd, we have Greg Sherman. And 23rd, we have Justin Johnson.
Yeah, Justin Johnson had a great showing last week at the dirt race early on, and he ended up having some issues. So we'll be interested to see what happens. Sawyer Guerra is still not on track yet, along with Alex Martin, Brock Reich, and Justin Johnson. Oh, Sawyer just popped in.
We got a little bit of time. These guys are just making sure everything's ready to go in their cars, giving their belts one last tug before we get underway here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Rob, who do you got tonight?
Geez, why you got to put me on the spot here? All right. I'm going to go with Noel Hanna tonight.
Noel Hanna.
Yeah, we've seen some amazing racing by him, and I just love the car.
Yeah, the spec mapping he did on that, I think he drew that himself. So I'm going to put that out there. I think he drew that car himself. Does a great job. He actually does some of our pictures, most of our pictures for the Instagram. So he's going to be doing well tonight, I believe. And my guy tonight, I've got to go with it. I'm going to go with the new guy, Jason Batsey. He's my guy tonight. I think he's going to do well tonight. He did well in practice. He did well in qualifying. He was fast. Now let's see if he can maintain it. Tonight we have 100 laps. 100 laps around this mile and a quarter or mile and almost a half track. Our stage break's going to be at lap 40. That is when you guys get to pick the competition for the best paint tonight. And it's going to we'll throw that poll up at halftime or at the stage break, and then after that we'll go another 60 laps, and they will have to pit at least one time during that stage. I'm not sure where these guys are sitting at on pit stops, so we will figure that out for you guys. But as we get ready to go green here, Rob, I'm going to take us green, and I'm going to let you have it after that, okay?
Alrighty, sounds good. Let's do it.
As these guys get ready to roll here, I'm going to get ready to get set back in my chair. I'm going to pull my bootstraps up here. We're going to get ready to go green. Rob, I cannot wait. I'm fidgety. I've been waiting on this since last Tuesday after we got done with dirt. This Ted the Flagman guy down here is going to take us back green, and we shall see what these guys can do as we go green here at Charlotte. We have 100 laps tonight, guys. This is it. We have an accident right off the start. Somebody was not in the right gearbox. That collected a bunch of folks.
That's going to shake a lot up.
We're going to go back and watch that again. Watch the front here. It just looks like, it looks like Jason Batsey was in the wrong gear and just collects everybody. We're going to get it reset and try it again. But, wow. And that's what cold tires will do. Even everybody was wrecking.
I mean, I'm kind of at a loss for words. That was a rough start. I mean,
we're riding along here with Brock Wright. Everybody is just collected there. Everybody, he gets through it. I don't know how he did. Oh, wow.
I was not expecting that at all.
No. Well, I got to say it. That green flag was sponsored by W Energy. Make sure you go grab some W Energy from the website, from the link. We're going to post it here in the chat. And this yellow flag, well, it's brought to you by the BSC because they're the ones that caused it. And these guys will get their quick repair. And hopefully, I think I may have jinxed Jason Batsy, to be honest with you.
The United Racing Network curse lives on.
Yes, it does. Well, that still gives you guys here in the chat time to go and tell your friends, tell your family about the race tonight. It's going to be a good race. We had some issues at the start, but we're going to get through it. Make sure you share the link out everywhere you can, and make sure that you get some more people in here so we can, when we go back green, we can get a lot of people in the chat going crazy. Rob, I'm going to go right along here with Jason Batsy on that green flag there and see what happened.
Alrighty. I almost feel like he started in first.
He did. Looking at it from his Hans device camera, he did sit there and start in first, unfortunately, and that was just I mean, I'm going to call it like it is. It looked like a rookie mistake. So
Yeah.
when he hammered down, that car went right, and well, that was it.
Yeah. When you're on cold tires, starting on first is not the way to go. I know, once you get your tires worn in and sorry, I'm just listening to the radio communications here. They're just having a little bit of issues here. They're saying a pass a pace car, so we're just trying to sort this all out here.
Yeah, everybody's having to, and see what happened was it went from green automatically to yellow. So this race is going to be probably messed up as far as the iRacing admin control goes. It's just a glitch that they've not seemed to fix as of yet. And, it is what it is there. Everybody's got to pass the pace car, as the pace car technically was a lap ahead of everybody. So
Teddy Bo Westside coming in with the prime for 2 months in a row. We appreciate that very, very much.
thanks, Teddy. We do greatly, greatly appreciate it. And I'm sure race control is going to remind everybody to start in second gear. Alex Witt will start this second, start of the race. Cody Kern will take that outside leader position. He'll be in second. Noel Hanna, Alex Martin, Ethan Scott as are your top five. Calvin Ross moved up to sixth there. Oscar Henson in seventh. Brock Wright is in eighth after that. Ken Knight is going to be starting in that ninth position. Rod Sizemore in 10th. Andrew Armuquist in 11th. Anthony Rattle in 12th. Chief Blaze in 13th. 14th belongs to Greg Sherman. Andrew Jamelin is in that 15th position. Armin Brusso is going to be in that 16th position. Blake Lewis. I've not talked about Blake Lewis much, have you?
No, I believe this is only the third race he's been in, from what I remember. Let me just double check that.
Sawyer Guerra is going to be in that 18th position. Daniel Mitchell is going to be in that 19th position. He was actually our leader, but he's back in 19th now. Kevin Coleman, he was in a good spot. He's going to be in that 20th position. Jason Batsey, he was our outside row leader. He's going to be in that 22nd position. Justin Johnson is going to be in that 23rd position.
Yeah. So Blake Lewis, he raced the first race at Auto Club, and this is only his second race since we've started broadcasting.
Okay. That's good to know. These guys will start. Are they starting single file? Did you hear them say they're going to go single file?
Yeah, it's going to be a single file restart just because they're iRacing issues. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that.
So we're assuming this will go on the green flag again?
It should.
I don't like assuming things, but you know what? Anything for Kodak up front, right?
Yep. So do you want to take this one green, or
I'll let you take this one green.
Okay.
Make sure to talk about W, because I don't think they got the recognition in time.
Well, I'm sure we'll see it when we go green here. As we come around, that pace car dips down, and Alex Witt is going to bring us to that Geico restart zone. And we are back green here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Ooh. Alex Martin there in the number 90. I'm sorry, Ethan Scott, and number 18 got a little loose there on that start, but Alex Witt takes a commanding lead already, half a second ahead of everybody coming into turn number 3.
Looks like they're 3 wide back in the back. They were. That's the only thing about single file restarts is, well, you don't really have too much to do. I mean, you just got to drive. You don't have to worry about anybody around you.
Yeah.
And you can just get going.
Yeah, and the rule in NASCAR is you can actually jump to the outside on a single file restart and gain position. That way, as we have a wreck at the back, Kevin Coleman and number 21 of Anthony Rattles around. Heavy damage on Kevin Coleman's car as his second caution of the night has come out.
Yeah, that front left tire is not moving anymore.
On both cars.
On either cars.
Go back and take a look at Kevin Coleman here. We'll follow Kevin Coleman around here one lap here and see where this wreck started to take place at, where it's going to be between the number 00 and the number 21 car. Should be on this lap right here, watching the number 00 and the 21 car. Oh, it looks like 21 got loose and grabbed Kevin Coleman. Kevin Coleman took a heck of a hit straight into that wall. Tough luck for Kevin Coleman there. But he does get his car fixed, and we do have Christian Strader, Jason Batsey, and Anthony Rattle on pit road right now.
It was Anthony Rattle actually misses his pit stall. Had to back it up.
Yeah, we need to get these tires warmed up as much as we can, um, and that should prevent a lot of the issues we're seeing, just with tire. I mean, because the track is so cold. These cars like the temperature on the track to be about 100 degrees, and that is definitely not the case tonight. We're almost 30 degrees off of that. So once these tires get warmed up, we should be sitting in a good position. But as of right now, we are not. So these guys have got to give each other space and just take it easy coming off these curves.
Yeah, for the first 5-10 laps, these guys are going to be really, really loose. So these drivers got to know that, you just got to back it off a little bit. Don't drive it as hard, and just give your tires a little bit of time to warm up so that when they do get the temperature in them, you can just hammer down and get going.
Yeah, we are going to do double file again. Alex Witt, Cody Kern will be your leaders on them on the inside and outside row. Though Hannah, Alex Martin starting behind them. I see Calvin up there in his 6th position. I know the fans want to see Calvin. Let's take a look at Calvin here. Wishes inanimate hands could wave at him, but they can't.
Yeah. I'm sure he's waving. I'm sure he's listening.
I'm sure he is too. As we get ready to go green here, for the 3rd time tonight, going to be on lap number 11, I believe. That pace car is going to dip off, and hopefully these guys can get through into the stage. These guys have pitted enough. Pace car's off. They're going to enter the Geico restart zone, and Alex Witt will be the leader coming into the Geico restart zone. He does have a good jump already, and we are green here back at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Forgot where we were for a second. They do a good job getting through turn 1 here. Turns 2 good. Herbie's got a rear end full of Daniel Mitchell there. Has the number 65 dips low and gets right in front of the number 3 car. Number 30, who was that? I'm not sure who that was.
Oh, there's some contact with Chief Blaze.
Oh, there we go, Chief Blaze.
Ken Knights.
Ken Knights is the one I was saying.
Kevin Coleman is involved again. Blake Lewis is involved.
Ken Knights grabbed the wall coming out of that, out of 4 there. Kevin Coleman has taken it to the pits. Calvin sits in that 4th position. Let's go back and take a look at that wreck. It looks like there's some contact there coming into the corner. We're going to ride along with Kevin Coleman here to see what he saw. Armin Brusso got in the wall. A lot of cars are getting hit off that wall there. One more time with Kevin Coleman.
Yeah, Kevin dropped down right against the grass there to try and avoid, but the 27 of Blake Lewis just come down and collect him.
Yeah, and once you get loose like that, it's just hard to save it, and he does collect a lot of damage from that. And that may be it for Kevin Coleman tonight.
I do believe it is.
I don't see him back on track. Nope, he's not showing on track at all. So. Manufacturers tonight, right now, a Ford is leading, followed by a Chevy. We do have Ethan Scott up there in the Toyota, number 18 car. I'll talk about him a good few many times tonight. I'm a fan of racing Toyotas, but I'd rather see a Chevy take it home. Just my opinion.
So I'm not sure. You may have to reload your paint, but he is running the M&M's car, not the DeWalt car.
Okay. Well, everybody's going to see a white car for a second. Hopefully they get all rearranged here. It may not be put on right because I'm still showing the DeWalt.
Well, I'm showing the M&M's car, so...
Trading paints for you guys. Trading paints. At least the Windows car is still there.
Yep. That one is there.
Well, Rob, make sure you get a picture of it, if you will, and we'll make sure to show it off at the end. All these cars you see tonight, we're going to try to get pictures posted for them on Instagram tonight. After the race, more than likely tomorrow, we will be throwing all the cars that we can find onto Instagram for you guys to just go and you can take them if you want to. And there's also a place where you can email me directly if you want a picture of the cars, and I will send you the picture. So. Lights on the pace car are off. One more time around this track, and we'll be back green.
So we have not announced the winner of the contest yet. That will be done at the stage break, and we will put out a poll for the fans to vote on their favorites.
Yep, the fans will be the ones who decide who wants to win that competition. So, what I need you guys to do, even if you're sitting around watching it on a big screen, just throw it up on your phone as well. And when that poll comes up, you'll get a notification and you can vote on the cars. So if you're watching with a group of people, get on Twitch on your phones if you can and watch for the poll to go out around lap 40. We'll let you know before we post the poll because I got to tell the back-end producer to do that. So when we get to that point, you'll hear it. So, Rob, take a screen.
Righty. As we turn out on, let's turn 4, yeah. And the pace car is going to zip down, almost drift down, and Alex Witt is going to bring us into that Geico restart zone. And we are back green here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for our throwback race. And Alex Witt gets a massive jump on the rest of the field.
Yeah, Alex Witt comes out over a half a second ahead. Everybody back to the back of the race, or back to the packs here, are doing a good job maintaining what they have. Everybody seems to be filing out now. Hopefully we can get some good green flag action here. Herbie's making his way through the field. Alex Martin is making his way through the field. Daniel Mitchell is right on the rear end of Alex Martin there as Daniel Mitchell moves inside on Alex Martin to take that position as the 24 car just goes right through number 94 of Alex Martin.
And we are back yellow.
Greg Sherman didn't waste any time plowing his way through the field there. I know you've seen what I saw.
Literally and figuratively.
Gonna ride along this lap with Greg Sherman. What it looked like is a cornering problem, but we'll see. He didn't seem to stop.
Nope.
He may catch an EOL from that. We'll see. But Calvin Ross is still sitting in fourth for all the guys that are out there, all the guys and gals watching for Calvin tonight. Got a lot of people in the chat talking about the number 65 as well. Of Andrew Jamelin. I really hope Herbie wins this. I've always wanted to be that guy that announces Herbie winning a race. Because that's what I'm referring to him tonight. It's not Andrew Jamelin, it's Herbie. Because we all know who's really driving that car. It ain't Andrew Jamelin. Sorry, Jamelin, I had to go there. You know, I remember Herbie, one of the movies from Herbie that I remember the most is him drinking Irish coffee. Remember the big dude? Did you ever watch any of the Herbie movies?
I'm not gonna lie, the only one I saw was the one with Lindsay Lohan.
Man. All right, well, I just want to know if anybody in the chat, since we've got a second. All right. Of course, you have your Herbie movies. I think it was called Herbie the Love Bug is what it was called. And he was racing these Grand Prix. And his mechanic, it was kind of a bigger dude. Heavy set, I don't know his name. I'll have to go and pull the name here in a minute. But he gave the car Irish coffee. He gave the car Irish coffee, and Herbie, the car got drunk. Popping bubbles, like blowing, it was crazy. It was my favorite Herbie movie of all time. Not Lindsay Lohan when it sucked. I'll be honest with you, it just absolutely sucked.
I mean, I had a crush on her when I was a kid. So.
Well, I ain't gonna say much about Lindsay Lohan because, well,
your wife would kill you.
No, I don't like her.
All right, fair. That's fair.
I've got to pull the cast up. Hang on just a second. I got to find this. Buddy Hackett. Buddy Hackett is the one that give Herbie the I can't.
Are you gonna be all right?
No, because I was only born in '96, right? Yep. And I was watching Herbie the Love Bug movies from the 1968 era. Like, that should tell you how I was raised. I was raised really well. Like, Dean Jones, he drove Herbie right. All the fans in the chat that know what I'm talking about, you just know, right? You just know. Love Bug is my favorite one of all time for Herbie movies.
I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say something.
Oh, another one that was my favorite, Herbie Goes Bananas, where he went. I think it was to Cuba, and he had a race there, and I think it was Herbie Goes Bananas. I think that was more in the 70s, but it's still a good one. Man, I gotta get off Google. Too many reminiscence.
Google is your friend, but your enemy at the same time. Because you get going down that rabbit hole, and yes.
But that was Andrew Jamelin's 2 minutes of fame there.
Yep. Well, you know, the fans see it and the fans know it. Calvin Ross is in 4th.
Yeah, how long can he hold on to that? We'll have to see, because these guys have got to start giving each other a little bit of room. Charlotte, when NASCAR weren't there for the All-Star race and raced 600 laps, or 600 miles, 600 miles around this track, it was a caution fest, just because these cars hate this track. So I think everybody should just calm down, give each other some space, because we have a long time to go in this race here.
Yeah, we really do.
And with this restart, we're going to crank it up, guys, so make sure that you have the volume turned up all the way. We're going to crank it up and let you guys hear it. The fish is going to go swimming as he takes home, try to take that first position, but Alex Witt, Cody Kern, and Ethan Scott's going to make sure that doesn't happen. We'll see what happens as we crank it up here at Charlotte. Very productive lap 24 into 25 now. We have just a few more laps so we end the stage. Remember, the stage ends at lap 40 or around lap 40. As Calvin Ross grabs the wall with Daniel Mitchell, trying to hold off Daniel Mitchell there for that position as Daniel Mitchell takes him inside. Everybody's kind of all over the place right now, trying to give each other as much space as they can on this tight front stretch here. Calvin Ross is still up there battling Daniel Mitchell as Daniel Mitchell takes that position from Calvin Ross for that 4th position. Herbie's trying to run alongside the number 24 car there of Greg Sherman. Going to call him the plow the rest of the race. Number 54 car of Sawyer Guerra is going to be approaching Greg Sherman here. Side-by-side action going into 1. Looks like that outside lane's just a little bit faster with momentum coming off the corners.
Yeah, just a little bit, it seems that.
Coming back here to the back here, we do have everybody still 2x2. Jason Batsey is trying to make his way back to the field. He had a good qualifying session, but forgot to put it in second gear at the start of this race, so he spun it and caused the first caution of the race at the start of the race.
Yeah, Daniel Mitchell battling with Cody Kern there for the 2nd position.
Oh, and we have a car in the wall up top there. Ethan Scott in the wall. Slow, everybody's slowing down, trying to get around him there. He was wall riding all the way around turns 4 there. Daniel Mitchell is battling for that second place position with Cody Kern. And he is going to get it. Daniel Mitchell went from the back to the front. He's back up front. He was involved in that wreck earlier.
He's up in the wall. But it doesn't seem to slow him down that much. As Cody Kern gets a little wobble there off 4.
Yeah, these guys are still 2x2 back here. Greg Sherman, number 29 of Christian Strader. The only Strader on track tonight. Neil Strader is suffering from a medical problem tonight, so he is not on track. He has got an illness of some sort, so probably the same crowd I've got.
Probably. It seems to be going around.
Andrew Jamelin racing hard for that spot from Ethan Scott. Lap 31, 9 laps to go here until we are done with first stage. Guys, make sure you get a look at these cars tonight. We're going to go through them at lap 35 to see which ones you like the best and get ready to go voting. So make sure you get it up on your phones. You have to be looking at Twitch on your own phones to vote. You cannot, each device has one vote. So make sure that you're going to be able to vote. As Ethan Scott in the wall up top, as he comes down on Andrew Jamelin there. Ethan Scott having a tough night tonight with that wall.
It's almost like there's a magnet in the wall drawing his car to it.
Does a good job keeping it off there. Calvin Ross up top there. He is still in the contention tonight for the throwback competition. Like I told you, we were seeing it in practice. They're running that high line. They're running that high line for sure tonight. And doing some work with it for sure. As Calvin Ross is in the wall again.
So it's interesting to see. So Alex Witt is, I mean, it seems that the gap is slowly decreasing. And he's actually running that bottom line. So he may be scrubbing off too much speed on that low line. And Daniel Mitchell's running that high line, so he's slowly catching him.
Yeah, and he may be scrubbing a lot of speed. I know when I was racing last night.
He actually catches the wall there a little bit.
When I was racing at Michigan last night, and these tracks, Michigan versus Charlotte, you can't compare them. But I know the low line was fast for me when I wanted to make a move. But if I wanted to maintain that, I needed to move up high and gain that momentum coming off the corner. Mm-hmm. So I'm seeing the same thing tonight. Seeing a lot of people having to pass inside, but to maintain it, you have to run that high line. So it's kind of convoluted there as we have another car on the wall up there. Looks like Cody Kearns in the wall. All right, lap 35. Andrew Jamelin is in the contest tonight. He is running that Herbie car. We've talked about it, the Love Bug. We love him to see it. We love to see it. Herbie, the Love Bug, is in the competition tonight for the throwback competition. Armin Brusso running that John Deere paint scheme tonight. Beautiful car. Make sure you're paying attention, guys, because these guys are the guys that you're going to be voting on. Armin Brusso is in the contention tonight for the prizes. And we'll mention the prizes here in just a second. Calvin Ross, that Killer Brownies number 20 throwback. Beautiful car. It looks very custom made. We do love to see it. He is in contention. And Jason Batsey, the Sundrop car, throwback to the North Wilkesboro car that Dale Jr. Drove, which was a throwback. So those are the four guys. We'll show them one more time. But the prize these guys are going to win tonight is $20 in iRacing credit and a Dubby starter pack or a Dubby gift pack from the United Racing Network. So we approach lap number 37 here. Daniel Mitchell has taken that front position from Alex Witt. Let's take a look at that. This is the position battle here for first. It looked like he just had the momentum up high to get it. But they're still battling for that position up front there. Lap 39, we will have the green and white flag in the air, signifying that this is going to be the one to go for the stage. Got a lot of people in the back right there battling for position. 5 cars overall. Calvin Ross is falling back. He's back to 12th. I think he may need some tires. As they go 3 wide. The green and white checkered flag is out. And that is the stage. Stage winner belongs to Daniel Mitchell. He'll get a bonus point for that, along with leading a lap. All right, guys, I'm going to give you guys some time. Make sure you're looking at Twitch on your own devices so you can get ready to vote. You have to be on your own devices to vote. So we'll give it a minute or so. In fact, while you guys are getting in, we're going to take you side by side for a second so we can get everything queued up in the chat. So we'll see you guys at the end of the side by side ad presentation, and then we'll start the vote. All right, if Jeopardy music wasn't copyrighted, I would definitely say that we could turn it on. But we're going to give you guys 5 total minutes to just think about it. Just think about who you're going to vote for. And we'll look through the cars here. We're at Armand Brusso. We're going to keep going through here. Calvin Ross is coming back on track now. But, yeah. Jacob, put the poll out there. Let's see who's going to win this thing. Remember, it's Andrew Jamelin, Armand Brusso, Calvin Ross, and Jason Batsey. All right, we got 4 votes so far. I know we got more people in the chat from that. Come on, keep on voting. Keep on voting. Keep on voting. Got a tie right now. There it is, Armand Brusso. He's winning right now. Jason Batsy's doesn't have anything. Come on, let's vote for Jason now. Rob, who do you think will win this competition? Like, if you had to pick right now, who would you pick out of the competition?
I don't know. I mean, I love the Killer Brandon car. I love the John Deere car. I think I'd have to go with Armand Brusso.
Yeah? He does have a good looking car. I like John Deere.
It's Batby, not Batsby.
Oh, we got a tie now for first. Andrew Jamelin and Armand Brusso. Can't have 2 winners. Jeep Blaze is leading us right now. Lights on the pace car are off. Alex Witt, Daniel Mitchell. It's going to be 2 and 3 because Chief Blaze is in that first position. Oh, I see what you're talking about with Jason's name. I don't know why I'm throwing an S in there. I did that last week, I think. As of right now, Andrew Jamelin's got it by 1 vote. Calvin Ross has got 4, tied for second here. We're going to watch this restart here. This is right after the stage, so now we have 60 laps. Let's see how long we can stay out there. Hopefully we can stay green the entire time. Lights on the pace car are off. Pace car is down. Chief Blaze is going to bring us to the Geico restart zone. And we will be green as soon as he decides to hit the gas. There it is.
Chief Blaze held it for a little bit, but Alex Witt just takes off with it again.
Yeah. Oh. Looks like Ethan Scott holding that 4th position. It's going to be 3 wide right now with... Oh, that was close. That was a good move. Oh, as Chief Blaze slides up the track. He didn't go into pit road, did he?
I don't believe he did.
Yeah, he's on old tires, it looks like. And you could tell right there as he moved up the track. Good restart by everybody up front. And Chief Blaze is moving his way back to the back.
Oh, contact!
Contact. Chief Blaze is around. The number 17 car of Andrew Almaquist is around. Heavy damage on that left front of his car. Heavy contact there.
And the poll has ended. And our winner is Andrew Jamelin in the number 65 Herbie car.
Andrew Jamelin, congratulations, buddy. He won to 7. He had 7 votes out of everybody that voted. Thank you guys that voted for this competition. And we really appreciate you guys. So now if we got some buddies that are here voting for Andrew Jamelin, make sure if you try that W and you like it, you use our coupon code URNW at checkout to get 10% off of your purchase. Now looking back here at the screen, it looked like Chief Blaze come down into Andrew Almaquist there and sent him for a ride, as you see. Heavy damage on that number 17 car, and that may put him out. I'm actually kind of excited. Herbie the Love Bug did win something. I've got a smile on my face right now. It just needs to be a Volkswagen. It'd be a lot better if it was a Volkswagen, not a Ford. What you say, Rob?
I'm just congratulating our winner here and just making an announcement so that we can let everybody know.
Yep. So make sure you let him know to get with us after the race, and we'll get his information to send him his prizes. Lights on the pace car should be off this time by. We'll have 50 laps to go. Take that back. We're going to go around one more time with the lights on the pace car. They always do that to me. And I just want to say thank you everybody that has followed in the last hour or so. TC, Misery TV, Jamelin, and I am Jess. Do appreciate it. We appreciate all the follows. Make sure you click the bell I believe there's a bell on Twitch, so you can see when we go live. It'll actually notify you that when we go live on Tuesday at 6:45, and then on Wednesdays we do sprint racing and endurance racing depending on the week, and those go live. They do change each week, but it's around the 8:30 mark. So. Chief Blaze is sitting on pit road still. He's got heavy damage on his car.
And I believe he's out of quick repair, so he's going to have to sit for his required repairs, however long that is. Plus, I believe he towed. Oh, no, he didn't. So at least he doesn't have to wait for that.
Yeah. I love the pit crew. I mean, I love the tow trucks here, but they take forever to unhook you. Forever. And just run through the field here, Rob, if you don't mind. Let's go through the list here.
All right, so we got Alex Witt in first, Daniel Mitchell second, we got Ethan Scott in third, Andrew Jamel in fourth, Sawyer Gara in fifth, Calvin Ross in sixth, Christian Strader seventh, Rod Sizemore in eighth, Blake Lewis in ninth, Jason Batby in 10th, Brock Reich in 11th, and Cody Kern in 12th.
In that 13th position is going to be Oscar Henson. Alex Martin's going to be in that 14th position. Armin Brusso in that 15th position. Greg Sherman in 16th. Ken Knights is in that 17th position. Anthony Rattle is in 18th in that 18th position. And it looks like Andrew Almquist, Noah Hanna, Chief Blaze, Kevin Coleman, and Justin Johnson are either out of this race or on pit road at this time. I like what they did with. I like what Alex did with his car. His car actually has the old front end of. Hold on.
Yeah, it does have the old front
No,
end.
no. That rear end is a Ford rear end, and that front is a Ford front.
Oh, it is.
But it's labeled as a Chevy.
A Chevy.
You cannot do that. You can't mix the two.
No, you can't do that.
Daniel Mitchell, take him out. Take him out. We're back green at Charlotte. Lap 50. Here we go. You just can't do that, man. I mean, there's rules, and that's one of the rules.
Yeah. I mean, you can't put a Chevy symbol on a Ford. That's yeah, no. I'm disgusted right now.
Oh, Daniel Mitchell, Ethan Scott got a hat wreck happening. Right there it is. Daniel Mitchell. Oh. Heavy contact, not holding brakes.
Alex Martin involved.
Heavy damage to his right front. Ken Knight's involved. Daniel Mitchell had to tow there, and I believe he may be out of quick repairs too after that incident that happened on the first lap. Calvin Ross is sitting in that second position.
Calvin Ross sitting in second now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's sitting in a good position. Andrew Almquist in the Xerox car is taking it down pit road. Heavy damage, as you see, his right or left front scrubbing there. Coach, there's a number you can call for your gambling problems that may help you get out of debt a little bit if you're in that much debt.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you would have learned last week, or 2 weeks ago. Not putting you down, but tried calling them again, but they didn't have any good bets available.
That's pretty good.
That's a good one. I needed that laugh today.
I don't need to laugh. Every time I laugh, I cough.
Oh, I do the same thing. It sucks. Whatever this is can screw off already.
Which would be like a, I don't know, like a weird coughing disease.
Don't even. Okay. We don't need this, okay?
We don't need this, but you know what? Everything out there in the world tries to kill us, so I mean, why not, you know?
That's true.
Oh, and Alex Witt is having some connection problems, it looks like.
I mean, the leading cause of death is birth.
No, the leading cause of death is shock.
No, it's birth. 100% of deaths are related to birth.
Yeah, because you have to become alive to die.
Well, there you go. I said it and I'm sticking to it. All right?
That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Wait a minute, he's going to say it. I'm going to wait for it in the chat. Zaga's going to say, and demonetized. It'll be there. Oh, he's going to prove me wrong.
What? Oh, you're waiting for the back end producer to say demonetized?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I mean that is true. We have been demonetized like an hour ago.
How?
So we said something.
What, the Window XP sound?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
That thing's so old, man.
It doesn't matter.
Well, Alex Witt and his Ford Chevy is going to be leading us here back to this restart. Calvin Ross is going to be leading that outside line. Put a F in the chats for Alex Witt, because Calvin Ross has got a fan club that he's never even seen before. I swear if Calvin wins tonight, our chat is going to blow up.
Don't even. You know the curse. We cannot put that on him, Ricky Bobby.
I can't with you.
I had to, okay? I had to.
Oh.
Just don't put that evil on him.
Well, we'll see if Christian Strader and Andrew Jamelin can get something going here, because if Herbie can win twice tonight, I'm going to Georgia and getting a lottery ticket.
Well, that reminds me. I got to buy my lottery ticket tonight.
Alex Witt, Calvin Ross. Late. Alex Witt, Calvin Ross is going to be leading those two lines respectively, and Alex Witt is going to get the jump that he's always gotten as he restarts here. He's going to enter that Geico restart zone and go green. Here we go. Alex, take us away.
As he blinked a little bit there, so it he does it again. I mean, every time I'm out on a track and somebody blinks like that, it scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, it does me too.
Or when they like jump like 12 feet in the air and then come back down on the track. Oh, big wreck. Ethan Scott Jr., Greg Sherman involved. Anthony Rattle.
He just lost his drive wheel.
Noel Hannon involved as well.
I didn't even see it. Ethan Scott, the number 18 car right there. Should be an M&M car. I'm showing it to be a DeWalt car. 3 wide, 4 wide almost. Gets put into the wall there. Big wreck with Greg Sherman. Greg Sherman keeps it off the wall, but Ethan Scott couldn't stop the car, and big accident, as Rob said. Alex Martin. Noel
Armand
Hanna.
Brusso involved in that as well.
Yeah, heavy damage on the front end of that Ford. Yeah, I agree. What safety rating? Safety rating was taken out of the equation a long time ago. We're at Charlotte, and these cars hate Charlotte. At least Windows XP has made it through everything tonight. You know, that could be the case, Misery TV. You know, that did look like it may have been a little retaliatory, Rob. You know, they had the incident earlier where Greg runs right through the back of Ethan Scott. Well, Ethan Scott had an opportunity to run right to the back end of Greg Sherman and did that, it looked like, so.
It's hard to say, really. But what we saw earlier was between Alex Martin and Greg Sherman.
I thought it was with, are you
No,
sure?
it wasn't it wasn't the DeWalt car. It was the number 94.
Well, we started this race with 23, and right now we have a lot of people on pit road right now because they don't have an extra car.
Yep.
So, looking here at the track info here on the weather, track temperature is still a cool, crisp 78 degrees, and the air temperature is falling. Who is your original pick?
I can't remember. Hold on.
Mine was Batby.
Oh no, I can't remember.
And my guy's still in it.
Oh, it was Noel Hanna. That's it.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure Noel Hanna computer disconnected, so he had to rejoin, so it's unfortunate for him.
Yeah, this is the 8th caution of the night as well. Long race tonight.
It really is. We got 40 laps left.
These guys get lined back up again one more time.
So I actually just heard some radio communication between drivers, and they were talking about Oscar Henson's car, and the rear of the car says throwback theme.
Yeah, it does. Throwback Mountain Dew.
And I agree, Dirt Bristol did go a little smoother than this.
Yeah, well, and also, I mean, you had wrecks that were happening that didn't get called a caution because they were single car.
Yeah.
So that may have been the reason for that. These guys round out 4 here. We'll be going green for the remaining 39 laps, 38 laps to the line here.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You're hoping.
Alex Witt driving the Ford Mustang, or the Shord. The Shord. It's the Shord. Driving his Shord, and he's going back green with Andrew Jamelin on his rear there. Sawyer Guerra in that number 54 car is on that inside line. These guys know how to jump that start. I'll tell you that.
They really do.
Noah Hanna's back on track, it looks like. Armin Brusso's at the rear there. He is acting as race control, too, so.
Yeah. He's not out here to win it.
The only thing he was wanting to win tonight was the competition for the throwback, and that did not happen.
Unfortunately.
Number 29 of Christian Strader is going to be looking on that inside line for Andrew Jamelin there, but has nothing going. Somebody threw up some smoke. At least for me. Back here through the field here. Brock Wright. Windows XP is not shut down as of yet.
Daniel Mitchell making a move on Rod Sizemore there. And then gets into the wall.
Yeah, Daniel Mitchell's fighting fighting his way through the field once again. He's done it once. He can do it again. I know he can. He's just got to have no mistakes going forward. You can see how much bumping and banging these guys have to do in these cars to even get them going around the track here.
And Daniel Mitchell's in the wall again.
Yeah, and Alex Witt has walked away. I'm not going to say walked away. He's about a half a second ahead of everybody right now. But Daniel Mitchell is sitting in that 5th position, fighting for that 4th position with Christian Strader as they round out turns number 2. Daniel Mitchell's making that high line work tonight.
Yeah, it really is. He's just passing cars left, right, and center. And
these cars are resilient, but if he keeps getting into the wall, he's going to break his toe. Unless they fixed it on that update that just come out. So.
Oh, it's hard to say.
Sawyer Guerra is comfortably holding that 3rd position for now, but Daniel Mitchell is making the pass on Christian Strader for that 4th position. Let's not forget about Cody Kern back there looking at making a pass on Christian Strader as well for that 5th position. As Cody Kern grabs the wall entering turns number 1. And then we got a battle right now. I'm going to say it's going to be a three-way battle for that 4th position because Christian Strader and Cody Kern both want that 4th position from Daniel Mitchell.
As Daniel Mitchell goes up into the wall again, but it doesn't seem to slow him down.
No, little love taps to the wall had never hurt anybody, but it's when you get married to that wall is when you start having problems. Did you see him getting to the wall there again? I think that was Daniel Mitchell or Christian Strader. As Christian Strader's looking to the inside of Daniel Mitchell here. They're 2x2 coming off of turns number 2 here. Coming into turn number 3, Christian Strader's going to keep that inside line on Daniel Mitchell, but will it be enough to maintain or take that position away from Daniel Mitchell? We have 30 to go here at Charlotte.
Looks like he's able to get it. Christian Strader's moved up to that 4th position, but Daniel Mitchell is right on his bumper.
Looking for the
Dives to
crossover
the
here.
inside.
Doesn't have anything going there on that crossover. Tucks it back in behind him off turn 2. Daniel Mitchell looks to be falling back now. Cody Kern has caught up to him. Christian Strader's making the pass on Sawyer Guerra there. Or is Sawyer Guerra making the pass on Christian Strader?
I don't know. It's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Right now, Christian Strader has it.
But it's only by a nose of the car.
Now, I love what Christian Strader has done with this car. So it is a McDonald's car, but if you look right above that rear fin, it still says Reese's.
Which one?
On Christian Strader's car. Right above the rear fin says Reese's.
I'm a big Reese's fan.
You almost said it right.
You just hate the way I say things.
It's Reese's. That's how it's pronounced.
It's Reese's Cups.
No, it's Reese's Cups. Watch the commercials.
Then why do they say Reese's Cup, peanut butter chocolate flavor? Why do they say that?
No, it's Reese's Cup.
Well, it is what it is. Sawyer Guerra's coming on the rear end of Andrew Jamelin right now. Looking to make the pass for that 2nd position, but Christian Strader's right on the heels of Sawyer Guerra there. Christian Strader's going to be pushing Sawyer Guerra just a little bit as Sawyer Guerra takes that position away from Andrew Jamelin, and Christian Strader's looking to take the position away from Andrew Jamelin as well. And that's the move.
Yeah, that is true. We might have to do a demonetization compilation at the end of the season.
And get that one video definitely demonetized.
Yeah. Now, Jacob, if you want to get working on that, you got a lot of footage to go through.
Calvin Ross has moved back to that 9th position as Greg Sherman overtakes. And Calvin Ross is in the wall again. Noel Hanna is not going to be a spot there. Noel Hanna is going to be sitting in that 16th position.
As Coach Sundance says, there goes my 2nd mortgage.
Time for a 3rd. Can you have 3 mortgages on a house?
I don't know.
Well, Coach will find out for us.
I would not advise taking out a loan on your parents' house.
I'm going to have an aneurysm over here from coughing and laughing.
I'm doing the same. It hurts.
Rod Sizemore, we've not talked about him a lot tonight. Currently in that 11th spot. Hoping to see some action from him. We have 20 to go, or 21 to go here. And we have a position battle for that first position. Sawyer Guerra's looking inside now on Alex Witt. And this is the pass for the first position, and it looks like at the line it belonged to Alex Witt, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold it that long as that short or, I don't know, Fetty. Oh, as they touch. The Ford Chevy touches Sawyer Guerra, and that Toyota does start to fall back now as Christian Schrader takes that second position away from Sawyer Guerra. And for the rest of the race, we're going to try to maintain up front to watch these battles to see who actually wins the race. If we do see something in the back happen, we will go to it, but our main focus is going to be the leaders now. Sawyer Guerra does get that position back from Christian Schrader as they enter 3. And looks like Sawyer Guerra is gaining as much speed as he has. He's looking at the rear end of Alex Witt now. But remember when they were going into the the corner of turns number 2, they touched each other, and that pushed Sawyer Guerra back. So Sawyer knows that, and he's going to be watching for it as we come into these final few laps here, as we come to 17 to go at the line.
Christian Schrader dives to the grass almost. Try and get that inside, but
let's not check out Andrew Jamelin yet, because he's checking back into this battle for that first position. It's 4-way battle right now. Oh, as Alex Witt goes into the pits. I wonder if any of these other guys are going to have to go into the pits here. Sawyer Guerra is about a half a second ahead of Andrew Jamelin right now and Christian Schrader together. $15 to go here at the line.
Alex Witt's grabbing 4 tires and fuel, it looks like.
I bet he's wishing for a caution. That was kind of
either that or he knows these guys have to pit.
Yeah, it's all about how you saved under the cautions that we had at the beginning of this stage. If you could have made it to the end is what I've been told. So Daniel Mitchell is sitting about 2 seconds back here. He is going to have to battle traffic as he approaches a lap car, Noel Hanna.
We got Calvin Ross, Cody Kern, and Jason Batby coming into the pits.
Ken Knights as well. Perfect timing for Calvin Chastain to wreck the field. I don't know if I'd say that about Calvin. I mean, maybe. We'll see.
Oh, Jason Batsby is in a wreck. Yellow flag is out.
Oh, where's his name? I don't even see his name. There it
Oh, he
is.
spun it off of pit road there.
Yeah. Okay. He hit the same damn bump that I hit when I come off this track. I hate it. I hate it. Watch this. He hits the same bump. Watch. Watch the rear end. Watch the rear end. Bam. The front end doesn't get affected. It's the rear end that gets affected by this bump. I had this same thing happen to me in the previous league that we raced for, Rob, and I was in position to win the race.
Yep.
Well, that's going to shake things up, isn't it?
It will for sure. As the leader's coming down pit road.
Take a look at pit lane here because this is going to be a battle for the this is going to be a race off pit road now. The problem is though, Witt, Kern, Rattle, Ross, Batby, all those cars actually went a lap down under the green flag pit stops. So that could be. I mean that really truly kind of screwed Ross, Rattle, Kern, Witt. You know. So, not sure who our lucky dog's going to be, Rob. If you can find that out for us, we'll love to see if it's going to be Witt.
I believe Alex Witt did get it because he went around. He's back on the lead lap.
So he'll be battling for that first position here.
Yeah. Now, Greg Sherman did not go in, although he did pit earlier. But these guys are going to be on fresh tires and behind them. So
Everybody really is on fresh tires because when that wreck came out, everybody was either going into the pit stops or getting ready to go in. So, you know, battling it off pit road there. Greg Sherman has, as he hits pit road now, so he would lose that front position.
Sawyer Gara is going to be your leader.
Yeah, but Andrew Jamelin, Christian Strader, Daniel Mitchell are right behind him. This is going to be a battle to the end. I don't think we've seen the last of Daniel Mitchell or Christian Strader. And I don't think we've seen the last of Alex Witt either. Something just tells me this is going to be a battle all the way to the end here. If you've not already done so, I would go grab your pee now. Go ahead and take care of that because these last 10 laps may turn into a lot longer than 10 laps. These guys are going to be battling for every inch of space on this track. Every inch of space on this track to maintain the position they are in or gain a position. So, Rob, you better be strapped in because this is about to be an exciting final 10 laps.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. It's been a hell of a race, and
better second half than first half.
Yeah.
And Sawyer Guerra hold everybody off. I mean, he's done well so far. So it does look like Cody Kern, Anthony Rattle, and Calvin Ross should stay on the lead lap here. Should. Unless they get told to move to the back of the line. And they are going to get the wave around. So they will be on the lead lap. When your stomach feels dismal, take soothing Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah. That was
that
your slogan back then.
was it really?
Yeah.
I thought
It
it was
wasn't the
upset
nausea,
stomach,
heartburn.
diarrhea. That wasn't any of that.
No,
Oh,
not back then. It's nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Yay, Pepto-Bismol.
demonetized. Coach knows what it's like. We have a final 8 laps to go at the line. Can Sawyer Guerra hold off Jamelin? Can Christian Strader make the pass? Can Daniel Mitchell fight his way back up to the front for a second time tonight? As the pace car takes out Cody Kern as they enter pit road. Sawyer Guerra is going to take us to the Geico restart zone, and we are green here at Charlotte. We're under 10 to go. We're going to see where it happens. See what happens and where it happens at.
We might have to talk to Pepto-Bismol and see if we can, use that. So, because Coach brings up a great point. What if us saying that causes him to go out and buy some? Although I really want Pesto now.
Then it's called free advertisement. Oh, as Daniel Mitchell is up in the wall slightly, but that's not really affecting him too much. We have four-way battle for this first position here. Seven to go at the line here. Andrew Jamelin pushing for that first place position, but Sawyer Guerra has had a fast car all night long, and I don't think he did come into the pit road, so he does have weight under his rear end now. We have a lot of action left as Sawyer Guerra grabs the wall coming out of 4. It's going to give Andrew Jamelin in the number 65 car that little extra speed boost he needed with Daniel Mitchell all over his rear. They're still in line, almost 5. We're at about 5.5 to go now. Five and a half to go, 5 to go at the line here. Andrew Jamelin pushing for that position up front. Sawyer Guerra is still their leader. Daniel Mitchell on the rear end of Jamelin. Pushing for a position battle that these guys need to tighten up to get here. Christian Strader, I think, is locked in that 4th position there. He's not moving back or 4th here. But Jamelin is catching Sawyer Guerra. Can Sawyer Guerra hold him off as we come out of turn 4? Is Sawyer Guerra going to grab that wall again? He does slightly. Daniel Mitchell is closing the gap on the number 65 car. These guys have got to start making moves. As Daniel Mitchell's looking inside, doesn't take it. Andrew Jamelin, the number 65, still holding his 2nd position. Gap between the leader is about 0.45 seconds. Daniel Mitchell gets a little loose right there, coming out of the tri-oval. Daniel Mitchell rides that wall a little bit.
Andrew Jamelin got a little sideways there.
Oh, he did. And Daniel Mitchell's looking on the inside there and is going to take that position from Andrew Jamelin, and so is Christian Strader. Andrew Jamelin's got damage on that front end as Christian Strader gets a little loose coming off of 4. And white flag in the air is going to, we'll have the white flag in the air at the line here. Sawyer Guerra's got a commanding of 1.28 second lead over Daniel Mitchell. And we have 1 lap to go. White flag is in the air. White flag presented by JP Alfonso Studios. Sawyer Guerra's still got that commanding lead. Andrew Jamelin fighting Daniel Mitchell for that 2nd position that he lost to Daniel Mitchell. And at the line here, And at the line, we have Sawyer Guerra taking home the win tonight for the throwback race of the century here with the BSC Cup. Daniel Mitchell taking home second, Andrew Jamelin third, Christian Strader fourth, Rod Sizemore is going to be finishing that fifth position. Sixth belongs to Alex Witt. Brock Wright is in seventh. Eighth is Armin Brusso. Ninth is Calvin the Fish Ross. 10th is Oscar Henson.
Absolutely amazing race.
We had a rocky start and a rocky start of the second half, but I will take it any day.
Absolutely.
Sawyer Guerra does some amazing burnouts here. Take it to the grass. I feel sorry for the guys that have to go back and fix that.
Yep.
Calvin the Wall Ribbon Fish Ross.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. All right. Now, let's see if we can get some of these guys in here.
Yeah, Sawyer Guerra, he's going to be our winner tonight.
Sorry, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
I got you.
Well, that was a heck of a race. You were battling with Alex Witt there, and it almost looked like he kind of gave you this position there for a little bit. You made a little bit of contact with him, but you know, you were able to stick it out and bring home first. How you feeling tonight?
Yeah, it feels good. After that disaster of a green flag off the start of the race, we fought back, which was good.
Yeah, so what happened? What I just want to know the start of the race was very crazy. Just what happened, because I seen 2 or 3 or 4 literally the top 10 spin. So was it just a misidentification in the gears, or?
I was starting in first because it felt good when I just pacing, mashing the gas, nothing bad happened. So then I tried it on the start and it clearly did not work.
Yeah, you, Jason Batby, a few others were in first, and it definitely not something that we'd like to see, but you did overcome that and take home the first position. Now, you were knocking cars off left and right. Just how did the car feel there towards the end?
Really settled down towards the end and just felt much better than it did in the beginning of the run.
Well, good job. Tonight, this will look good for your points, I believe. So.
Yeah, that's for sure. And next week, we're going to Watkins Glen. How you feeling going to the Glen?
The Glen's one of those tracks that I like to think I'm good at, so we'll see how it actually shakes out next week.
All right, fair enough. Well, you know, congratulations again on your win, and we hope to talk to you next week at the Glen.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the broadcast, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, now we will get with Daniel Mitchell here. Dan, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
I got you.
All right. Well, that was a hard-fought battle through the field multiple times. It almost seemed like there was a magnet in that wall attracting your car, because every time we looked at you, you were just tapping it just a little bit.
Yeah, I was just trying to run the high side as best as I could, put it as far up high as possible, but a few of the times I got into the wall, and I think I messed up my steering towards the end because I could not run the wall anymore.
Yeah, but when Andrew Jamelin actually grabbed the wall in front of you there, you dipped to that inside and took that position from him without a problem. Did it kind of scare you a little bit when he got to the wall right in front of you?
A little bit, but I was a little more worried because my car was drifting up the track because I was trying to go high if he went low. unwrecked, but it started drifting up too high, and I was trying to keep it low on him.
Well, we definitely enjoyed watching the race. Now you fought twice. You moved from the front to from the back to the front twice tonight. The first time was you was involved in that incident on the start of the race, and got pushed to the back, and then there was a wreck in the middle of the race that pushed you to the back as well. So, I mean, just talk us through the making the decisions that you made to get from the back to the front twice, like you did.
Well, for the most part, I actually wanted to be on the bottom on the restarts because the bottom would have such a good run exiting off of 2. But a few of the times when I was in the back, when we had the consecutive restarts, I had to keep taking it 3 wide into 1 and 2 because there was such a huge stack up from people with first gear. Because first gear wouldn't hook up. We tried it. That's why that first caution happened at the start, and it just wouldn't hook up. So for the most part, I was just running the high side, trying to run lines people weren't on, and keeping my nose clean. Eventually, I kind of burned off my tires, hit the wall a few times, but for the most part, it was pretty good.
Well, and keep in mind, folks, that he did this twice. So, heck of a drive tonight by Daniel Mitchell. And anything you got to say to the fans and sponsors out there tonight?
Just continue watching, continue supporting us. We're doing a great job, and the broadcast is just way too good. It's so good.
Well, we do appreciate that very much. We've put a lot of work into it, so it's nice to hear that not only the fans out there enjoy it, but the drivers do as well.
Well, thank you, Dan. And next week at the Glen, hopefully we'll be talking to you again.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. And now let's talk to Andrew Jamelin here.
The love bug himself.
Well,
So I'm going to refer to you during this conversation as Herbie. Are you okay with that?
I'm good with that.
All right, Herbie. So, where were your hands at when you was driving this car? Just, I'm curious. Were they on the wheel, or were you like texting the entire time, or just letting the car drive? What happened?
I was just letting it drive.
So you had an autopilot car, right?
Well, until it got loose in those last couple of laps. I was like, well, I guess this is where I take it.
Well, first off, congratulations on winning the competition that we had for the throwback race.
Thank you.
So we'll get some information from you here soon, and we'll get you some stuff sent out. So stick around in the chats, and we'll grab you after the broadcast. But your car was strong for most of the race. You were collected in an incident earlier. I believe you were collected in an incident earlier. I don't think you collected much damage, but you did have a few incidents with the wall. Now, how did that affect the car overall tonight?
Honestly, not that much. I was able to run it pretty well with the others, and especially in the draft, it didn't hurt the aerodynamics of the car that much. So, really, it didn't do much.
Good to know. And as far as the last 10 laps, we were looking at the front pack because we knew it was going to be a race to watch, and you grabbed the wall with 3 to go, giving the second spot up to Daniel Mitchell. What happened?
I just sent it in, and I got the left side's too far into the paint, and it just slid up the track, and I got loose. It's just a matter of sending it in too hard there. I could have done it better, but it happens. It could have gone much worse.
Yeah, it could have. I mean, I watched you come around. I believe it was turn 3 or turn 4 sideways, and you made an amazing save on it. So, but you were able to, fight back from it and take home third. So, that was a great job tonight. And are you looking forward to next week at Watkins Glen?
I am. It's a really fun track, especially in these cars.
Yeah, these cars, I personally can't drive them at the Glen. Rob will tell you it was a very rated R chat session.
Yeah,
When I
for a
was
lap and a half.
Yeah, for a lap and a half, I couldn't get it around the damn track. But well, whatever. Um, I want somebody with a little more talent than me to go out there and do the race, because I do enjoy watching Watkins Glen. It's a very, very technical track, and I think the fans are going to get a good view next week.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we let you go, you have anything to say to your fans out there? Clearly, you have some, because they were the ones that voted. And any of your sponsors tonight.
I'd like to say thank you to my parents, my sisters, and my sister's friends for voting and for staying along and watching. I'd also like to thank 213 Simware for being on the car for tonight and on the rest of the season. Go get the merch, by the way. So yeah.
All right.
Well, you heard him. 213 somewhere. They sell gloves over there, right?
I think so. Maybe.
I need to get some new gloves.
All right, Andrew. Well, we appreciate it, and we hope to talk to you next week at the Glen.
Thank you. You have a good night.
You too. All right.
Well, that's another one.
That's another one in the books, and that was an amazing race here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It was a little caution filled,
We
but
had a good ending. We had a good
yeah,
ending.
we had a great ending, and we had some long green flag runs there, which were great, and I'm as much as I was excited for this race, I'm really excited for next week.
Yeah, the Glen is always a good race, and I know when I was talking to Armin, I think he's going back up into race control, so we shouldn't see a whole lot of cautions. It should be basically like a regular, like a regular road course, So
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see what happens. I'm excited to see what happens with that race for sure. And with that, I mean, Alex Witt had I don't know if this is going to be enough to hurt him in points, but Sawyer Gary and Daniel Mitchell definitely are going to get a jump in points. So I think this race is one of those races that bring everybody back together.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there was quite a distance there, but I'm pretty sure they made it up with this race. And it'll be interesting to see where it sits next week. But with that, and with it coming to a close, I'd like to say it like I do every week. Thank you guys for joining in tonight. We do appreciate each and every one of you. We thank our sponsors, JP Alfonso Studios, as well as the Brookshire Rub Cup for allowing us to broadcast, because without them, we would not be here. So
that is right.
We do appreciate every little bit of, thanks and appreciation that we get. And it's always great to see. And I'm ready for next week, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, Watkins Glen is going to be a heck of a race. I'm not going to say too much. My throat's a little dry, and I've been coughing like crazy the last 20 minutes. So I'm just going to keep it simple. We love you. I've got a good burnout with 2 different cars queued up here. And we're going to go talk to Andrew Jamelin and get him his merchandise sent over. We love you guys. We want to see you next week. We'll be back tomorrow with J2I with the endurance race. We'll be doing a 2.5-hour race tomorrow night. So make sure you come by and watch that. I think we're going to Circuit de Spa. So, no, it's Donington. We're going to Donington tomorrow.
Yeah, we're Donington.
We're going to Donington tomorrow for the LMP2s and GT3s, or it's multi-class racing. I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow night and next week at the Glen. We love you guys, and we'll see you guys next week. This broadcast is the property of the United Racing Network and Twitch.tv. All reproductions of this broadcast must be approved by the United Racing Network staff. United Racing Network does not claim any responsibility for mishaps that may occur while listening to this production. United Racing Network reserves the right to delete, mute, unpublish, and/or move streaming locations without notice. The opinions of the announcers are not influenced by sponsorship, league administration, or any other outside entities. Thank you.